probably the best thing that's come out of the Texas Esports Association is that you go in liking gaming, but you come out with a passion.
TESPA is the Texas Esports Association. It's pretty much the gamers club here at UT.
It's a great community that likes to support each other. Being a part of esports and getting to connect with people who are also a big part of esports, it's definitely been the defining part of my college experience so far.
I watched all the Lone Star clashes on Twitch, and I was really excited to come to UT to be a part of that.
I actually went to one of the Lone Star events live. It definitely inspired me to be a part of the esports scene here at Texas.
One of the really big things that we try to focus on a club is intercollegiate involvement with everyone around us. So having the privilege of hosting a giant league tournament of the best collegiate clubs in the nation was a really awesome opportunity.
I love the UT campus. I truly believe that UT is one of the best schools in Texas. Being able to play for their League of Legends team is really an honor, and as captain, I really want to push UT not just as the best campus academically, but the best campus to compete in League.
If Austin could be seen as the esports center for Texas and for the South in general, it would be the greatest accomplishment we could bring to the school.
I want to see collegiate esports be something that the school really pays attention to and takes pride in.
Bo is definitely one of the coolest people I've ever met. He's got a gaming house just 15 minutes away from campus that we drive out to practice sometimes and to play our matches.
I went to UT as a biology major, but I always had a thing for computers and video gaming and everything. I was really intrigued by the environment. I bought this house after I came back from working in out of state, and I decided to start up the LAN again that I had before.
He's done a lot of really cool stuff, and he's really helped us out with our team so far.
I think being able to practice in that LAN environment where we're all together in the same room really gives us a distinct advantage over other teams who don't have that. We're here to compete and we're not there to mess around.
This is more or less a professional hobby for me nowadays. I like to just get involved and help out in any way I can with the club. I'm hoping it builds up team synergy, and now that everybody's in the same room, make it more of a social environment. This is a sort of a responsibility for me now in the sense that everything good that's come out of my professional career has come out of helping esports, and this is my passion for sure. I've been doing this for as long as I can remember.
My parents both went to UT, so getting to play for UT and especially getting to have competition against A&M, I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Since we have such a huge rivalry with A&M, everyone in the club realizes that if we want to win, this is the match we want to win.
When we 2-0 A&M, we'll solidify our first place in the standings.
Winning the regionals would mean a lot for our team, mainly because it just means that all our hard work and effort has really paid off. For me personally, since I've been on the team for 2 years now, this would really just show that my work wasn't wasted and that our team is actually improving. If we win the whole thing, I think it'll just set us up to become a dominant factor in the South.
We'll definitely be bringing the glory back to UT.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the uLoL Campus Series, or should I say howdy folks. I'm Dom Seda-Romer, and joining me for this wonderful Texas broadcast is Mr. Aiden Zyrene Moon.
Thank you, partner. Call me the Retail Kid today, because I'm ready for some Texas action.
Yeah, we're going to be heading down south this time around to take a look at some collegiate action, but before we head down there, we're going to take a look at the standings. Coming up today, we've got University of Texas versus Texas A&M University. Now, this is week 5 of the uLoL Campus Series.
Of course, and you can see some teams still undefeated, Robert Morris University and University of British Columbia. But we'll go over the format right now. The 500 teams competed back in November, and now we've narrowed it down to the top 32, 8 in each conference. Top 4 from each conference play in their conference playoffs, and then from those 4, you find the best team from each conference. Each of those teams compete for the top 4 in the University League of Legends Championship Series Finals.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. They're all fighting for a piece of a $660,000 prize pool in scholarships. Last week we saw Harvard versus Boston, but as you saw from both my hat and from what we mentioned earlier, we're seeing Texas A&M University take on the University of Texas in the standings. They're both at 9 points, so this is a bit of a grudge match between them.
Yeah, it is a big grudge match, and it's actually a rivalry that goes back to 1894 with football. And actually, historically, University of Texas have come out on top. They've had 76 wins over Texas A&M, who only had 37 wins against them.
Yeah, tricky situation for them, unfortunately, but things are looking good for both of the teams. You know, they've been playing reasonably well in the campus series. And of course, if you want to check out the standings, find out more about the teams, or even find a university club near you, head on over to uLoL.leagueoflegends.com. You can see it right down there. And look up all of that fun information.
Yeah, you can find a club near you as well. Join the club, meet some friends, get some dynamic queue going.
Yeah. Join up with a couple of people. But we're going to go ahead and get ready for today's match. First up, it's going to be Texas A&M University. Their roster starting in from their side, it's going to be in the top lane is Don't Kill Me K. In the jungle, we're going to have Korea Bread. In mid lane, it's Chuck Normus. Or no, in the mid lane, it's Epic Shots. In the AD carry, it's Chuck Normus. And on support, it's going to be Forgive Me.
Yep, Forgive Me, I Suck was his name. You'll remember 3 of these guys if you watched NACC last year. 3 returning members from that 3rd place finish out of all the teams, and they were the Southern representative last year.
Yeah, very strong team, and it's exciting to see them do so well once again in this season.
Yeah, but they are going up against a squad that is tied at 1st place right now with a lot of new freshmen to it and not a lot of that returning roster. In the top lane, it's going to be Hwaring Do. In the jungle, it is Vincent Wu. In the mid lane, it's going to be Lalzers. At AD carry, it is X Requiem. And on support, it's 50 Shades of Kappa.
Yeah, a very strong team from University of Texas. The fact that they've made it to 9 points in the standings, they're 3-0-1 in win, draw, and loss. And they're a very young team. This is a group of new players.
Yeah, 3 freshmen on this roster. The only returning member is that mid laner, Lalzers. So they're kind of joining around him. Or sorry, it is Lalzers returning. He's the only one, but he's a little bit of the shot caller now, so they're grouping up around him. So both mid laners here are returning members and primary shot callers for their team.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for them. And the fact that they can continue to play through this team over the course of several years speaks well for them. So if they manage to take the win in this game, it's going to be huge.
Yes, of course, since they have 3 freshmen, 1 sophomore, and 1 junior on University of Texas side. That means that next year, 2017, they can continue to compete with the exact same roster, only lose 1 member in 2018. And since they already look like such a strong squad in the South, that this could be them establishing a period of dominance.
And typically it has been Texas A&M University who have had the advantage in this League of Legends matchup. So we're already into picks and bans right now between A&M and UT. As you can tell, Gangplank, Nautilus, and Rek'Sai banned away from UT. Caitlyn, Corky, and Elise taken away from A&M. Graves is still open, a strong pick, and he locks it in.
Go straight for that. It could be for Don't Kill Me K, and it could be for Korea Bread. Both of these guys actually changed roles to get onto this team. So new top laner, new jungler coming in. Former jungler of Texas A&M, Picarus, was the shot caller previously. Now they have a democratic style, and Picarus has actually moved to the coaching position. So he's actually taking care of a lot of the picks and bans, a lot of what's going on outside of it. And I got to have a great conversation with him about his team. He thinks that they're still #1, and if they win this game, then they're definitely #1.
Yeah, they'll have the point lead and actually be #1 in the South. But this is an important match for Texas A&M because, as we mentioned, they did perform exceptionally well in the NACC last year. If they were to pull off something similar with 3 of their returning members, this could transition into what we typically topped out for UBC, a bit of a dynasty for them.
Yeah, that's true. They have had a lot of dominance in the South over time. Establishing a dynasty in just one area is very possible, but I mean, right now, Texas A&M, they really want to take down University of Texas. This is what they're focused on because University of Texas, they had that rivalry back and forth where Texas A&M usually didn't win, like 1/3 of the time they won the football games. But Texas A&M's football team moved in 2011 to the Southeast Conference, so they no longer play each other in football. So now they have to beat each other up in League of Legends. So everybody's actually rather excited. They're both the biggest engineering schools in Texas, so they have large populations to pull from, so they have really good players, and everybody's really competitive, saying like, no, since there's no more football rivalry, the school's behind me on this rivalry in League of Legends. So a lot of people are excited about this matchup.
Yeah, the A&M fight song even has a line saying, say goodbye to the Longhorns, say goodbye to University of Texas. So
their fight song is to like fight University of Texas.
Exactly. It's deliberately targeted. But we're in picks and bans right now. They're going to be fighting soon. We're getting there in just a second. As you can see, Tom Kench and Ezreal picked up for University of Texas. Poppy and Lucian going to round things out for Texas A&M. They still got 2 more picks, but I can see double 80 carry for the Aggies for A&M. How are University of Texas going to answer?
I don't know how they're going to answer just yet, but Texas A&M, because it's such a flexible composition. You have the Graves and you have the Poppy. That could be going anywhere. It could still be a Poppy support. It could be a Graves top or jungle, and Poppy plays both those roles too. So all you really know right now is that Lucian is going to be the AD carry against your Ezreal. So University of Texas, they've actually gone with quite an interesting composition because there's a lot of protection here, but also some engage and some poke. The Ezreal is going to be poking from afar with the Janna. Tom Kench most likely going to be that top lane pickup, and then the jungle Zac. So their last picking counter against Epic Shots to make sure that their veteran, their returning member on University of Texas side, has a good matchup against Epic Shots. Because Epic Shots, if you can keep down that shot caller, if you can have a good matchup against him, you might be able to throw him off his game, and in turn, it throws off the rest of the team.
Yeah, Texas A&M have said before that they are a mid-centric team, so you can see they're holding on to that last pick. Looks like it might be Lulu in the mid lane for Epic Shots, and as the best player on the team, according to the team itself, it's kind of an important role to fill.
Yeah, it's definitely an important role, but he is going to pick a blind pick Lulu. Not a whole lot that you can pick into that really destroys it. Of course, we're playing on 6.2, not 6.3, so no crazy blades out there right now.
No Jhin just yet.
No Jhin.
Though he's available on 6.2.
Jin's available. Yeah. So no Jhin just yet, but the Lulu pickup, this double AD carry composition with the Lulu is super good. I love it so much because also it's a real composition here that they've created from top to bottom, right? You have Graves top, Poppy jungle. Poppy jungle is going to provide peel. You're going to be able to ultimate people out of fights. You're going to be able to stun and peel for your team and stop people from engaging. You pick Zac into Poppy. Poppy just hits W as your elastic slingshotting in, and it stops it. So I think that Zac pickup is actually not that great. Lucian alongside Braum, strong, dominant lane. Double AD carry Lulu with a protector in Braum and a protector in Poppy. Like, this is a really good composition from A&M.
And the last pick is going to be Ari for Lulzers in the mid lane to challenge Epic Shots Lulu. And again, Poppy so exceptionally well against Ari. You just walk up to her face and, oh no, what are you going to do? Dash away?
Yeah, I don't want it to be a Poppy top. I want it to be a Poppy jungle because Poppy jungle is fine. Graves jungle is fine. Poppy doesn't need that much gold. Graves excels with a lot of gold, so putting him in top lane is good. Also, Graves destroys Tom Kench in lane. Poppy actually loses to Tom Kench in lane pretty heavily because when you go for the trades, Tom Kench is typically going to win them.
That regeneration just so strong. But with our final team comps locked up, looks like a pretty interesting situation. This could be an explosive game as both of the teams, they've got high damage, they've got peel, a lot of pressure that they can put forward. And I got to admit, I'm pretty excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. I think that A&M have a superior draft going for them. They have a lot of counters with the Poppy. They have a lot of damage. They have a lot of wave clear and peel. And I think that the University of Texas squad, it's a little all over the place. The Janna for peel, the Zac for engage, the Ari for engage. You have the Ezreal for poke, and then you have the Tom Kench for keeping somebody safe. But you have an assassin, and you also have a poking champion. So maybe you're just keeping Ezreal safe at that point.
Yeah, it's a well-rounded team composition.
It's well-rounded, but when you're well-rounded, sometimes it makes it so that you are a jack of all trades, master of none. And the master of none point is very important because if another team has a clear win condition, it's easier for them to close the game out.
Tricky situation for University of Texas, but we want to know who you think is going to end up taking the win. Let us know by tweeting at uLoL with hashtag UTWin or hashtag TAMU, that's TAMU win. Let us know what you think. I mean, these are both two strong teams. They're both first in their region. This is a big rivalry for them. We've got some of the old guard of Texas A&M taking on the new squad of University of Texas. This game could very well define the relationship that these two teams have for the coming year.
Yeah, of course. It is a best of two. They can split 1-1.
Of course.
And then nobody gets resolution. No ties. We hate that in America. No ties. But you will be able to tie here. And then they both have 10 points at the top of the standings, depending on how Georgia does, because Georgia could get a 2-0 and jump out in front of both these squads if that scenario happens. But the thing I want to talk about here is you talk about the veterans versus the new guys, the three freshmen on University of Texas side. UT, they're an unknown quantity right now to everybody they play against. People don't know these players. People don't know what they're going to be able to bring to the table, and they've been surprising everybody. They 2-0'd Georgia Tech, the other team that's tied for first, and now it's the other team that's tied for first currently. So if University of Texas can 2-0 both squads that are at the first place spot right now, they'll have those tiebreakers. So if they end up tied in points by the end, they'll be able to come out on top and have that better seeding coming into the playoffs.
Wow, that seeding so very important for those conference playoffs. as, again, it's only the top 4 teams that make it, and the seeding will determine which teams you end up playing against. So in some of the conferences, it's very important to do well, so you can try to dodge that bullet early on. Of course, one of those might be UBC, who are still undefeated. RMU in the same boat at 12 points in the standings. Both of these teams, however, have dropped a game. Texas A&M to Georgia Tech, and University of Texas have actually dropped a game to Florida State University.
Yeah, and Florida State University did not look that powerful in the games that we had seen them. And it was very surprising that University of Texas beat an opponent like Georgia Tech with their superior team fighting in the late game. They came back from a deficit, actually, to make that happen. But both squads are actually really confident in their team fighting, in their team play. Texas A&M and University of Texas are both on record as saying that their team fighting is their strongest point. But when they talk about each other, University of Texas thinks that Texas A&M are a bunch of solo queue players. They actually think that they get their advantages from the laning phase and not so much from actually team fighting.
Tricky situation. We'll see if we end up getting to that point as everyone enters into their lanes in standard fashion. Looks like junglers both going to be starting on the top side of the map. Duo lanes starting on the bottom. Actually, no, I was wrong. One jungler that's going to be Korea bred starting on the bottom side, Vincent on the top.
Yeah, the difference that's going to happen here is going to be that X Requiem and 50 Shades of Kappa end up getting level 2 first because they killed the Gromp, and now they walk into lane. It depends. You have to shove this very quickly. And if Forgive Me and Chuck Norris can actually shove this wave out, they'll be able to hit level 2 pretty much around the same time because they leashed instead of took a camp. So right now they have to kill 3 minions before 50 Shades of Kappa and X Requiem do.
We can already see them pushing forward.
There they go.
There's level 2 picked up by Requiem and Kappa. However, Chuck Norris hot on his heels by trying to shove this wave out as quickly as possible. They're not quite able to take too much of an advantage when it's all said and done. That last minion, he's actually looking for a bit of a trade.
Get those last 2. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Level 2 picked up for everything. So no major advantage taken. Chuck Norris and Forgive Me responding appropriately, seeing that they have that extra Gromp camp, the experience and the gold for that.
Yeah, and it's a Janna Ezreal lane, so what's going to happen is you're just going to poke, you're going to trade as much as possible, and when you're up against the Braum Lucian, you just have to dodge Qs, make sure that they don't go all in on you, because both can actually win this lane pretty hard. I do give the favor over to Lucian and Braum if they land the Q. That's the big thing, is you land the Q to start it off, and Lucian's able to get a light slinger to get the stun off.
Yeah.
But the rest of the map has a very strange dynamic to it as well, right? Graves jungle up against the Zac jungle. Graves can do a ton of burst. Zac is just looking for engages, but then he's countered by Poppy later in the game. And Poppy up against Tahm Kench, Poppy's going to be able to shove him in. But eventually Tahm Kench gets to the point where if he kills you once, he's going to kill you over and over again because he'll have faster boots than you earlier on. And he'll just chase you down. It just gets really,
that's the Tahm Kench conundrum.
Dirty.
Yeah, he becomes so tanky, so hard to kill over the course of the game, but he provides so much utility for a team. He becomes tanky, but he also does damage.
Yeah, it's a kind of a strange thing because I've seen some Tahm Kenches actually max W first in top lane when I know that maxing Q is better. They just want to get that gigantic percent HP magic damage off. But he's very brutal. He has received some nerfs to like hitbox and also, the Q hitbox, as well as his ultimate. When you scale it up, it gives you percent of HP damage from yourself. And that's been toned down a tiny bit. So support, doesn't hit it too much, whereas top lane, it makes it so that your damage isn't as effective. But let's be real here. His damage was insane before.
Yeah. So difficult to trade with Tahm Kench, and the fact that he provides so much utility makes it a tricky situation. Don't kill me, K. He's going to have his work cut out for him. So far, no corrupting potions have been consumed by either of them. And there's just a little bit of harass as everyone's trading out. Junglers are content to sit back and farm, even in that jungle CS. And really, we're not seeing too much of a difference open up at all. So it's not remarkable that we're seeing everyone keep even in this early game.
Yeah, both schools are in that first place spot, and they've gotten in that position because they've been playing so well. They've been playing so well as a team. And individual skill plays a lot. I'm not going to lie. It plays a lot in the uLoL Campus Series. If you're able to dominate a lane, then you're able to actually win the game off of that a lot of the times. And speaking of dominating a lane, they're going to get this flash out of the top laner there. So barring Doe on the Tahm Kench.
Good reflexes gets him away from any pressure. Just doesn't want to take any chances. Graves does quite a bit. No recall just yet, but he's still going to be rather scary as Requiem continues to take poke from Chuck Norris, even getting a bit of mastery spam down there. It's every little thing that you can try to do to try to just get your enemy team off center. Try to get them off kilt. I don't want to say tilt, but it really kind of
Off kilter. Get them off their balance.
Yeah.
Put them on their back foot. There's a lot of ways to say that. There's probably many, many more. Tweet all the ways that you can say that. To,
Yeah.
At Caster Seda.
At uLoL. Hey, oh no, hey, oh now. Careful.
Oh yeah, sorry. Tweet them at uLoL and Caster Seda. You know.
A little bit more harass, as you can see, Hwarang Do, even without flashes, putting on some forward pressure. However, Korea Bread with the invade.
Yeah, he's been clearing out the topside jungle of Vincent Wu. Vincent's been pretty slow to clear. It's one of the bad parts of Zach. His early game is okay. He can definitely gank rather early with a full HP bar. But compared to Graves, Graves is just insane because this is still 6.2. So the nerfs haven't really come through for his end-of-the-line damage as well as the end-of-the-line delay when blowing up. But I'm waiting for this Texas A&M squad because if they go even in the laning phase, they're actually fine. I think the pressure is more on University of Texas to gain some type of advantage here. Because it's just going to come down to a poke war, a wave clear war. The assassination has counter, and then you can really pretty much just play it out from there on Texas A&M side. Like, you have a lot of ways to stop what University of Texas want to do, and then it just comes down to execution. So you have all the tools to win based off of comp. You have a clear win condition. The University of Texas, they can always like make a really great play. They can have Vincent get in there without them completely seeing it.
Some of those unique gank paths for Zach. Very, very scary, difficult to predict when suddenly a giant green blob comes flying out of the mist.
Yeah, you have to have good warding when you play against a Zach, or you have to have good reactions if you don't kill me K. Don't Kill Me K goes for the Giant's Belt first. Sometimes you see the Poppy pick up the Bomby Cinder first, so that you're constantly shoving and you get yourself the Sunfire Cape. Also, it's the it's unchanged Poppy, because now currently her Hammer Shock will do less damage to minions, but the overall damage isn't nerfed. So it's a strange mixture. Oh.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of that Tom Kench pressure on the Poppy. Already chunked down to half health, below even. And with the minions doing more, it's just salt in the wound.
Yeah, I hate this matchup. Whenever I play Poppy top, this is the matchup that I hate playing because I feel useless halfway through the laning phase. Like levels 1 through 5, I feel fine. And then I feel absolutely awful once he hits 6. I pretty much have to use my ultimate to get him out of lane every now and then because he just chunks me out. He does so much damage. I think also another champion that like I've been playing top lane as well is Quinn, and I think the people, I don't know if they've caught on to this, but Aurelia destroys Quinn. Like it's so frustrating. It's the same thing. Levels 1 through 5, you feel fine, you're harassing, and then Aurelia just, if you're harassing her, well, she's got kill potential on you because she can stun you.
Because she's Aurelia.
Yeah, it actually ends up being crazy, but look at this Forgive Me.
Yeah, action in the bottom is Forgive Me, not level 6, taking a bit of damage.
TP
There
coming
goes
through.
a teleport from Don't Kill Me K. There's no answer from Hwarang. He completes it with a quick snapcast knockup. There's a flash. Kappa's locked against the wall, level 6. He doesn't activate Monsoon, but it's too late. Forgive Me nets the kill with a quick level up.
Oh, man. 50 Shades of Kappa actually leveled up in the middle of that, so he had to level his Monsoon while stunned, and then he flash used it instead of using it immediately to knock people back, and then he got killed by Forgive Me with the Glacial Fissure. Still, Zach hanging off on the side. They're looking for more.
Yeah, flash stun from Don't Kill Me K forces Arcane Shift out of X Requiem. But here comes the recall out of Don't Kill Me. They still got Vincent waiting in the wings. Chuck needs to be careful. Let's see if he charges in. Let's Bounce is on cooldown. Launching forward. Target acquired.
No, he's going to hold on to that one.
Yeah,
he's just sitting around.
released.
Of course, Korea Bread is still off on the wings in the top side. Pretty much didn't pick up any CS from that lane. They did leave Hwarang Do by himself, so he's accumulated a 10 CS lead. Gotta watch out for this, though. 3v2, Requiem is rather low. He got the shield, though, just then. So, all in all, Vincent Wu wastes a decent amount of his time. I mean, maybe he soaks some of that experience because it's near turret, so jungle win there.
Yeah. That's so much damage, however. Poor X Requiem is going to have a tough time. And because he held on to the minion wave trying to bait out a gank, that means he's got a recall now as Forgive Me and Chuck Norris are still in lane. Could be an opportunity. Epic Shot securing blue right now. No recalls from either of the mid laners as they're even in CS in addition. There goes the True Shot. How is he still in lane? This guy has
He
been
doesn't
at
want to back.
200 health.
It's a strange back timer for him, but I think that as Ezreal, you really want to get a tier as soon as possible and start stacking it. So if he's going for that build, I think he's just delaying himself. I think sometimes you have to bite the bullet and just back. Zach has been around, so Zach can hold the lane for you. Yeah, now his back timer's off again, and he has to clear this wave, or at least contest it. They do bring Zach back down again. There's just constant pressure here.
Yeah, that's so much time that Vincent Wu has been wasting. As Don't Kill Me K clears out this pink ward, he's going to take a bit of punishment from Hwoarang Do. So very tanky. And poor Poppy, there's really nothing you can do as he's just trading so much damage.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about this against this Tahm Kench. I mean, he does have boots over him, so Don't Kill Me K is in an okay spot for running away. Hwoarang Do actually has his now. Okay.
So we still haven't
no
seen a
boots
recall out of X Requiem in the bottom, and still we've got Vincent,
Here
but
comes
finally Vincent's
Graves.
back away. There goes the knockup. Requiem gets destroyed as Korea Bread, and that's a quick kill with the help of Korea Bread.
Yeah, didn't see him coming off on the side of the screen there. Korea Bread able to get around all of the wards. He hasn't backed yet in that bottom side, but look at this top lane. Hwoarang Do. Throw him out into the minion wave.
Yeah, so much damage burning onto Don't Kill Me K. There goes the Snapcast knockup, but Don't Kill Me K has no flash. Let's see if he can land the Tongue Lash. Kites the minion, flash, auto attack, misses the second one.
Here comes Zach, though.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming across. Is he going to be able to leap there in time? He is from over the wall.
Oh, that was nice.
Hwoarang Do gets the kill.
Yeah, he ended up not auto-attacking. Vincent Wu allowed the kill to go to the top laner, so he has even more dominance here. And Don't Kill Me K, he went for Dead Man's Plate pathing as opposed to going for the Bonnie Cinder. Of course, both wouldn't have helped him out in this scenario because he's taking primarily magic damage from Tahm Kench, that gigantic chunk of HP, the constant slows. He may even be going Merc Treads here in that top lane. So I'm not sure, but this is an awful matchup. Like, this is why I said you should swap your Poppy and Graves.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of that Tahm Kench advantage. Nearly 15 CS ahead right now. Rift Herald now being secured by Vincent and Hwoarang. And they are able to take that over in trade for the Dragon that the Aggies do have. But currently it's the advantage in favor of Texas A&M University.
Ooh. University of Texas, despite this bottom lane being the one that's punished, they're cumulative, or I guess combined, 0 and 3. And 50 Shades of Kappa went for a Dark Seal. So he's looking for stacking, he's going for that AP Janna, make sure that you can have really big shields for people late game. So if he's able to pick up a decent amount of assists, then 50 Shades of Kappa will be in a great spot and have a lot of cost effectiveness on this ability. But,
Another gank, it's going to flash auto. Requiem gets destroyed again, 4-1. Flash gets him out of range, but Chuck Normus chases for another.
Immediately, just focusing this bottom lane, Korea Bread knew that the flash from X Requiem was down. He still had heal. The exhaust was still up for 50 Shades of Kappa, but they didn't have the peel of the Monsoon and that stun coming out. When Forgive Me lands that Braum stun, it's a very dominant lane for them.
And Charm is going to find epic shots. He's taking some punishment, but still has wild growth. As Hwoarang Do with the Rift Herald buff, he's going to start bullying Don't Kill Me K. Once again, there's no Keeper's Verdict for a few seconds. Don't Kill Me K is going to have to fight this out on his own. Remember, it's 6.2. Tahm Kench has got it. Stun is going to land, but he decides to let Don't Kill Me K away.
Yeah, it didn't have the cooldown on W just yet, but look at this. Lalzer's roaming. This could be a problem for University of Texas.
Oh, there's no answer. Knockup is going to find Lalzers. He's forced to Spirit Rush away. Flash chases. Lalzer's running for his life. Vincent gets his Cell Division pop, but Hwoarang Do teleports in, and immediately they have to zone away. Janna is disengaged and replaced by X Requiem, who shifts forward. And it looks like Texas A&M are going to have to back away. They don't quite get any kills. Don't Kill Me K might be caught out here. Hwoarang Do is on the chase through the minion wave. Can he find the target? No, he can't.
Nope. But still, poke coming out there. They're actually going to have the inside track here on the mid lane from University of Texas. They should take this turret here, especially since they have the Rift Herald buff, and just double the damage dealers in this mid lane. Not double AD carry, but still, they have a lot of poke here. They're able to actually threaten the engage. So.
Yeah, Lalzer's going to have to back away with the damage Korea Bread can put out, and Chuck Normus, with a quick recall, is going to finish off his Essence Reaver as he heads back to the mid lane as well. So now that the duos have transferred towards the mid lane, you can see Lalzer's trying to catch some CS on the other side of the map after taking pressure from epic shots, but Chuck Normus is just continuing to put some consistent pressure out on the duo, and they might be able to get another one here. Exhaust is forced to be used by 50 Shades of Kappa, and heal as well, 2 summoner spells.
Yeah, this bottom lane is just outmatched in this matchup. When you got yourself the Braum and the Lucian, as soon as, forgive me, he lands those Qs, this is a bottom lane that's been around for a couple years now, right? The bottom lane that made third in the NACC.
Fourth.
Well, they're tied for third, technically.
Yes. They did, however, cede that position over to University of Connecticut, formally accepting fourth place. But it is still a very prestigious record. And, you hit the main point, though. These are two players, along with Epic Shots, who have been playing together for a very long time. And their jungler from the previous year is still the coach on this team. So their synergy so far has been spectacular.
Yeah.
Forgive me, has been landing so many winter spites.
Yeah, I just think their comp is really good as well. I think the double AD carry with the Lulu, Poppy, and having some type of protector, Alistar Braum, in the bot lane is just a superior strategy to a lot of things in the meta at the moment. There's no Corki in the double AD, but they did end up getting the Lulu, so it works out for them. The only adjustment would have been that top lane in the jungle, right?
It is very interesting that you mentioned that their comp is so very strong, because for this match in particular, Texas A&M did not have their analyst pick out this competition. In their previous 4 weeks, they've had a member of the staff pick out their picks and comps and work on comps. Oh, Requiem takes some damage but jumps away. But this time around, they don't quite have it. Forgive me, takes a lot of damage as they're forced to kite away from the rest of the team. 50 Shades of Kappa forced to blow the monsoon as Vincent tanking in the front line. They should be able to disengage.
It's a 4v3 as well. University of Texas on the back foot already. And you can see Horingdo.
Again, this is a repeat of something that we've seen a couple times now, and it's just so difficult to trade against that. Really tricky situation for University of Texas as Texas A&M are bringing the heat. They're trying to turn it up and take down this mid-tier 1. Chuck Normus, it's a little overzealous, but finally is going to be the one who backs away.
And the point you were making earlier about the picks and bans, that's the University of Texas has the analyst, and the analyst wasn't able to do picks and bans for this one. So Texas A&M came out with a superior draft, but a lot of the time, but this pretty much these guys had to do it on their own on University of Texas side. They didn't have their normal dudes, but look at this. Don't kill me, K.
Yeah, it takes a lot
he
of
might be able to kill him
damage.
still.
This is a tricky situation. Will they be able to turn it around? Don't kill me, K goes down. There goes the flash from Korea Bread, and he nets the kill. Shut down Epic Shots.
That's still worth more gold over to the side of Texas A&M because there's assists on the back of that. Also, they get some damage on this top lane turret. They're going to have Zach protect this, but Vincent Wu, he can't walk up. He doesn't have his passive. He doesn't know. Oh, wait, bottom.
Yeah, lots of damage, finds X-Requiem, he dashes out, Lalzers misses the charm, there goes Forgive Me in the face of Lalzers, and another kill for Korea Bread on the other side of the map. This guy is doing some serious work for Texas A&M.
Yeah, new player to this team replacing Picarus, but he seems really aggressive here. This Graves in the jungle, he's only missed out on one kill, and that was one of the ones that happened across the map.
Forced to take his flashes again. Forgive Me and Chuck Normus are going 2 versus World against University of Texas.
Yeah, look at this. Texas A&M are just pushing up in multiple lanes. Top lane, 2 members there, they get that turret. Mid lane, 2 members there, they get that turret. And now Don't Kill Me K is just for protection duty. Lulu hanging out with 1 AD carry. The other AD carry protected by Braum with Poppy in the backside. Epic Shots though. Might be able to take him on. I'm not sure about this though.
Horing is very scary. Here comes the support from Vincent Wu. He's got his flash knockup. Will he be able to find it as Epic Shots is running for his life? Oh, this is the opportunity, the knockup. Can he find it? Oh boy, Epic Shots again. He's still slowed, but Horing is not done just yet. Korea Bread looks to join up. Don't Kill Me K spins up the hammer just to zone them away.
Yeah, that was a really good smoke screen there by Korea Bread, because it made Horingdo lose vision of Epic Shots at the last second. So you saw the windup on the auto attack, but the auto attack was canceled because he couldn't see him anymore right after. So that would have been the third stack. That would have been the Devour and the Spit Out, and then possibly the death of Epic Shots because he didn't have much mana left in his tank.
Yeah, he most certainly did not. Again, Chuck Normus has been farming up here in this mid lane. Don't Kill Me K down now, 34 CS in that top lane. Korea Bread doing pretty solid with a 23 CS lead of his own, not to mention the 303 scoreline that he's rocking. Texas A&M are doing quite a bit, and so far it looks like University of Texas, they've got Horingdo doing well, but that seems to be about it for them.
2 levels up here, but of course they do believe in their team fighting. They came back from a 7,000 gold deficit against Georgia Tech, and the Georgia Tech is the team that beat Texas A&M.
Yes.
So Georgia Tech has actually had gold leads against both of these teams, but of course ending up getting 2-0'd by University of Texas. And Texas A&M, they think that these are guys that are in their way of that first place, in the way of being #1 again, the representative of the South. So Texas A&M, they want to take this victory here, but University of Texas is going to make it as hard as they possibly can.
Yeah, the competition is fierce. It's about a 5.5 thousand gold lead for Texas A&M as Dragon. Ooh,
Good round
great unbreakable from Forgive Me is going to stop the true shot barrage of Requiem. Dragon is secured and Rift Herald
Kills itself.
Yep. Tragic
Sudoku.
story. 3-7. Oh, I've solved the puzzle. No! And then he disappears. Yeah, everyone else just continuing to farm. Chuck Normus is doing some serious work right now. Continuing to try to keep X Requiem down, and it's so hard to gain an advantage on Ezreal when you've got Lucian chunking you out to half every opportunity. They're trying to break down this tier 2 now. Here comes everyone else. Chuck Normus is exhausted. He's got flash. Whoa! Be able to get out of there as Korea Bread makes it over the wall. Horang takes quite a bit, and it looks like A&M are turning this around. Don't Kill Me K coming in from the side, gets dropped low, saved at the last second from epic shots, and A&M are trying to turn this around, but their health bars are getting so low. Finally, they drop Don't Kill Me. Horang is the one who nets the kill. They're going to get Forgive Me as well. Korea Bread tries to kite it out. He gets revenge for one, but that's also Chuck Normus gone, and Requiem looks to provide chase. The Iceborne Gauntlet.
And the red buff.
Yeah, trying to get some serious slows across. He's landing auto after auto. Flash is not going to put him in range. The minions block it. Korea Bread is right there. Arcade shift. Oh, and he doesn't quite get it. That's going to be 3 for 1. Favor of UT.
Yeah, University of Texas, like I said, they believe in their team fighting underneath that turret, and it was a split fight. They were able to focus down Don't Kill Me K, and then Hwoarang Do absorbed a lot of that damage for a huge period of time with that Tahm Kench. The gray health coming into effect too, so being able to delay it as much as possible, and Requiem was able to clean up, as well as Lalzers.
Yeah, very solid play from University of Texas when it's all said and done with that staggered fight. And things weren't looking great for them leading up to that point. As I mentioned, it was a 5.5 thousand gold difference. Now it's only down to 3 as they were able to take the bottom tier 1 in answer in addition to those kills. So this could be an opportunity for UT to get back in.
Yeah, and you can see University of Texas, they take all that gold and they immediately invest it in a lot of armor. Iceborne Gauntlet was completed before. Tahm Kench, you see an armor item, as well as working on a second one here. And then so much for Vincent. He might be going for a Thorn Mail as well as a Dead Man's Plate. We'll have to see what he does. But this is what you need to do against the double AD composition. You build HP against Lulu, you're fine. She doesn't really have enough damage potential to actually kill you. But this is a good fight for U of T.
Yeah, that just might be. Vincent tries to pull the trigger. Epic Shots takes a lot of damage and a charm to the face. He goes down to the collapse from UT.
I apologize, U of T is University of Toronto.
Yes.
UT, University of Texas, that was a good fight for them because you saw Chuck Normus clearing the bottom wave, so it was a 4-on-5, and it looked like Texas A&M, although University of Texas were the ones jumping in, Texas A&M seemed like they wanted to pick that fight. It was a little curious.
Yeah, looks like they almost thought that they had caught Vincent Wu out of position.
Yeah.
But you never catches Zach. He's the one who catches more often than not as they're trying to break down mid tier 1. Here comes Zach from the side. Don't Kill Me K is caught, knocked up and locked up. He's taking a lot of damage, flashes the wall to get to safety, but Hwoarang has found Chuck Normus. He might be able to get this kill solo amidst 4 members and a turret, but no, he doesn't quite have the damage and is forced to walk
He's
away.
just got so much armor. Hwoarang Do, 2 levels up, and he is able to just swag walk away. 40 CS advantage for himself. Dominant lane in the top lane, and I've said it a lot. I'm going to say it again. You should have put Graves top because Graves shoves Tahm Kench under turret all day long, and then he's able to just destroy him. If you actually play these champions, you should have swapped them around because I think the Poppy Jungle is fine. I think that she provides a lot and can actually counter gank Zach very easily because you have that W around as opposed to the Graves who's just trying to dodge around. He did do very well. Career Bread is 4-0-3. I'm not knocking him for that. I'm just saying the advantage that was created top off of a bad matchup could have been negated.
Oh, X Requiem takes quite a bit of damage, makes it over the wall, but not with his life. Korea Bread with the collateral damage kill.
Yeah, big damage there. So Korea Bread, you know, he's been having a great game on this Graves. And, you know, it could be the strategy of Texas A&M. Despite having the bad top lane matchup, they'll seed that for having Korea Bread on Graves because he seems like a great player of this champion.
Uh-oh, looks like A&M are pulling the trigger on the Baron right now. They've cleared out all the wards, but University of Texas is collapsing. They've chunked it down to half. Lalzers has finally joined up with the rest of his team, but it's already down to 3,000 health. Oringo tries to get in. Vincent Wu is stunned against the wall. Can they pick up the Baron? They're turning to fight, but they're taking so much damage. Careerbred is knocked up for so long. Vincent finally gets popped into Cell Division, but Oringo is able to bring down Forgive Me. Epic Shot tries to turn it around. True Shot Barrage from over the wall is not able to get it. They're stunned away. Finally, they're going to get the kill on Vincent Wu. That's 2 for 1 right now as Oringdo looking for a repeat of the laning phase. Baron is secured, but Oringdo might be able to get some revenge. Finally, though, his team collapses and they shut him down.
And Texas A&M, after they killed X Requiem, they realized it was going to be a 4-on-5. Despite the Baron doing a lot of damage to the members on A&M, they were able to pick up a superior fight. But look at this. But look at this.
That ward is so vital to see. We have to know what's going on with it.
It's too graphic.
Yeah, we can't show that on camera, actually, what just happened. And finally, yes, it was X Requiem going down. That was 4 kills for 1 favor of Texas A&M, and they get the Baron when it's all said and done.
Yeah, multiple turrets, too. So the team fighting of Texas A&M and also the shot calling, because that was a shot call that made that fight, because it was going to be a 4-on-5. You were going to have superior numbers. You lose Forgive Me, but you don't lose anybody else after that. So Texas A&M take a superior fight and jump out to a 7,000 gold lead again. But Vincent, he's looking for another fight.
Yeah, he's trying to. Jumps into the enemy team, chunked to half with no Cell Division. Has to be careful. Baron is doing great work. The turret goes down as all 5 members of A&M break it through. And University of Texas are squarely in the defensive.
Yeah, they have to keep backing off. X Requiem died, his death timer was still ticking, so there was no way to defend that from University of Texas side. And right now, 9,000 gold lead. It's just coming down to the calls that Texas A&M are making, because they're getting picks with a composition that usually shouldn't be getting picks. It's usually a defensive sieging comp. So they get picks, and then the death timers are kind of out of sync, right? The entire team was back when X Requiem died, and then it happened again. So this is really, it's just them getting it. Pretty much making them out of sync here on University of Texas side. So A&M are playing this quite well, picking up objectives left and right.
Mm-hmm. And this is a team that's been playing together since September. University of Texas, as we mentioned, they're fresh, they're young, they're a bunch of new kids. So, Blue Buff actually got snagged over there by X Requiem. Good play. So they're young, fresh talent, and they're making good plays, but their team play not quite up to Texas A&M just yet, though they have taken fights back and forth.
Yeah, and Texas A&M, of course, they have the intact synergy of mid, and then the whole bot lane is played together. And you can see that's where they've been leveraging this advantage. The bottom lane of University of Texas is combined 3, 8, and 9. Or 3, 8, and 6, sorry. So 3, 8, and 6 for them. Giving up 8 deaths from just 2 members when there's 13, it's pretty big.
Tricky situation. 4 versus Texas. Now they're trying to defend against the siege. Careerbred gets in the front with lots of shields. It's not quite enough. Teleport from Hwarangdo as he's splitting on the other side, joining up. Spooky Ghosts finds Careerbred and Don't Kill Me K as Requiem provides chase. Another Spooky Ghosts.
Yeah. Careerbred's been having a fantastic match, though. As much as I'm talking about the match up top and the matchup in the jungle and how it should win swap, Careerbred's Graves is something to look at and be like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. 6-0-6. Mm-hmm. Well, he's only missed out on 1 kill, and I believe that was a kill onto 50 Shades of Kappa that happened in the mid lane while he was top. So he's definitely somebody that you can rely on for this double AD carry composition to pull through.
And very good that he's able to carry for them from the jungle. Up now nearly 40 CS over Vincent Wu, not to mention the numerous kills. Though, Don't Kill Me K, he's been doing a good job in team fights. His laning phase was a little tricky, taking that Poppy into Tom Kent.
Yeah, it's a horrible matchup.
Yeah, and down 60 CS.
And despite the way that it played out, it actually can be much worse than that. Mm-hmm. So he played it pretty defensively halfway through the laning phase. He gave up some kills, but despite all of that, he didn't actually allow himself to get completely run over by the Tom Kench. He ceded a lot of ground to him, the turret, the 60 CS, the 2 levels. But it's not like the Tom Kench is running around like 6-1 or something.
Yeah.
Finally. Those are my games.
Yeah. How did Tom Kench get 6 kills?
I don't know, says the 06 Poppy.
It wasn't me, I swear. Jungler ganks once. You know what? Just don't gank anymore.
Yeah.
You can spend your time in other lanes, I think. But I want to relieve pressure. No. It's not really worth it at that point.
Yeah.
So Baron has now worn off of Texas A&M. UT successfully defended, losing only a few turrets, all of those outers, as it's 6 turrets to 2, 9,000 gold in favor of A&M. But Texas are still holding on.
Yeah, Epic Shots split pushing a little bit. Trying to clear out these waves. Gonna hand it over to Don't Kill Me, K? Nope. Guess not. Guess he don't feed the losing lane.
No.
That's okay.
It's his punishment for losing lane, which is, isn't that also like a fallacy? Because if he's already behind, shouldn't he be trying to get things so he gets back in?
Or you just
Or do you cut your losses?
You give it to other people so that they can continue to carry. And then when they carry, you get assists on it.
And that's how you get back in.
And then you get back into the game. That's my mindset behind it, especially as a jungler. Snowball your advantage, because when you're snowballing your advantage, or snowball a lane's advantage, you're making somebody else on the other team go even further in the hole and stopping that person from coming back in.
So to me, those are the two different mentalities. Specifically, prey on the enemy team's weakness, or do everything you can to make your strength better than theirs.
Yeah, if you're preying on their weakness, then you're playing their game and you're playing around their game, as opposed to playing around your game, which is, oh, we have an advantage here, let's keep this advantage going. Because what will happen is, let's just say I get an advantage in bot lane and I get a turret. I can turn that into maybe another turret, into 2 turrets. Well, let's just say my top lane is losing. If I go there, then I stop him from giving the other team gold, right? So I'm either stopping the other team from getting gold, or I'm giving my team more gold than them. So instead of making things even, it's better to snowball. That's my philosophy behind it.
You are pretty high yellow. Are you up to Diamond 1 yet, or are you still
No,
in?
I haven't played my placements completely yet.
Come on, Zyrene.
Hey, man. So I was playing a lot of new things. So I played like a bunch of Alawi when she came out.
Gotcha.
Played a lot of Poppy, right? So I was playing a whole bunch of normals as opposed to making my teammates suffer through me discovering champions.
Yeah, so 6.3 just came out. I'm trying to learn Talon. It's the best thing in the world because they banned Zed, and it's like, all right, I'm still going to take an AD assassin.
Yeah, there's no counterplay.
And then immediately your teammates just flame you like, oh, this guy's playing Talon.
Yeah, I want to know how those Moby Boot buffs affect him, because 10 more movement speed is rather significant.
Feels good, man. You are so fast.
All right, but speaking of this game's kind of slowed to a crawl.
Yeah, it has
They're
slowed
waiting
down.
on Baron, though.
And that makes sense for A&M. It was a good play for them last time, but meanwhile, University of Texas has had the opportunity to get back into this. They've completed now the Muramana. They've got the Mercurial Scimitar. They're starting to hit on some pretty scary spikes. Deadman's has been finished for Hwoarang Do.
Yeah.
And it looks like 50 Shades of Kappa is finishing off his Mage Eyes.
Yeah, he might be. That's true. We'll see if he can actually get to that point and if he'll bring him any stacks and any good luck. Fun fact, Majai's is just an opened up amp tome.
What?
So you pay a lot of money just to open the book.
Oh, man. So the Amp Tome is 435, and the Mage Eyes is 1400.
Yep.
So it's
Ripping you off, man. Why can't you just open the pages yourself?
Know, right?
You're like, I will upgrade this.
Maybe it was
They're
like the Harry Potter style book where you can't open it because the book will attack you.
Maybe.
Could be.
Just shopkeeper's magic, man.
Yeah,
Anyway,
speaking of attack, Baron now being started out by A&M. They're pulling the trigger, but 4 members of UT are here. They're going to try to force a fight. The kite happens. Lalzers is caught by the knockup. He's chunked down to half, but Vincent's in the back line. He splits them up successfully. Don't kill me, K. Zones Lalzer away, but not able to kill him. And they are going to be able to shut down Forgive Me. Hwoarang is on to Epic Shots. Korea Bread is doing work, however, just shredding through the double AD carry composition. And so much damage from A&M as they clean this up. Hwoarang Do running for his life. Only he and Vincent are the survivors, but Baron being started out.
Yeah.
And Hwoarang stall.
there's still 2 tanky members here. Vincent as well as Hwoarang Do. Gonna be really hard to steal this. Vincent.
Oh, jumps in a bit too late. He's going to take a lot of damage and pay with his life. Texas A&M once again secure the Baron on 4 members, lose 1 for 4.
Yep, and they end up getting that Baron, going to be able to shove up the mid wave. Pretty much going to ignore that gigantic wave top and look for a push here. There's 40 seconds onto Vincent Wu. You see 50 Shades of Kappa just came back, and 10 seconds on the other members. There they go. Don't kill me, K. Makes his way to the top lane. And this fight that actually happened was a lot about that access to the AD carries. Who could get it, who couldn't get it, and Hwoarang Do, oh, he got polymorph before he could eat him.
Doesn't quite get the Devour. The stacks are still there. Flash Devour. He's looking for the Graves, and he's chunked low, but they keep Korea Bread alive. He's going to have to dash away from this. There's a late teleport from Don't Kill Me, K. Forgive Me trades his life for his new jungler.
And Forgive Me, of course, Korea Bread gets out of there. He keeps that shutdown intact, doesn't give that extra gold over. 8-0 and 8. His Graves is going crazy this game.
Yeah, this guy is a monster. Dragon now going to be snagged by UT. This is Dragon number 1 for them, but more importantly, it denies number 4 from Texas A&M. A little bit of missed buff neutral monster timings by A&M, but they still have Baron on 3 members of their team. With that mid inhibitor Bear, this could be their opportunity to push forward towards the win as University of Texas. They're now 12,000 gold behind A&M.
Yes, A&M looking like they could go for the throat here and end this game off of a push. And there's the Magi's coming through, so you can even observe it being an open dome.
Interesting.
Blowing people's minds since 2014.
Was that when the new icon came in?
That's when I came in.
Oh.
No.
So it's been blowing your mind, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm pretty sure that's still the same icon.
Yeah, it is. It has been. Anyway, the Texas A&M squad, they have all the tools to close this game out here. It's going to be very difficult for University of Texas to actually win a team fight at this point. Those double AD carries alongside the Lulu just have so much peel. And now, Don't Kill Me K's received enough gold from structures that he's probably surpassed Faring Do. But we'll see.
Yeah, speaking of Pouring Dough, he dashes into the enemy team. They're trying to break down this inhibitor. Don't Kill Me K tanking as best he can. Charm finds Chuck Norris. He's chunked down to about half. There goes the keeper's verdict. It's going to be canceled and put on a short cooldown, but that means that this siege is stopped for now.
Yeah, and this is the composition of University of Texas with the poke, with the charm, and the catch. But I think the problem here is what happened in Champion Select with this team. University of Texas have somebody who can peel, somebody who can engage, somebody who can pick, somebody who can poke, and somebody who can disengage. So it's really all over the place. Instead of you have like an Alistar and you can all jump in and just destroy this team. So they didn't go with a thematic composition. And you're seeing it here. They can't really engage because what's the Janna going to do after that point? So see, this might be the final fight coming through here over this inhibitor.
Yeah, they're trying to whittle it down right now. Texas A&M chunking bits out of the inhib. Chuck Norris again dropped to half. The knockup is going to find it as Don't Kill Me K zones away the Janna. Forgive Me takes a lot of punishment as well. But they're not able to drop the inhib. They're not able to get their kill. University of Texas are still standing for now.
Yeah, you can see Texas A&M, a couple of mistakes there in that fight, but they're so far ahead in terms of stats now with all these items and all this gold that they can make those mistakes and not be super punished for it. You saw multiple members get chunked out. You saw the mispositioning there. But University of Texas, of course, not completely able to capitalize because everybody's just so tanky.
Yeah, Baron Buff now wearing off of the remaining members. Korea Bread has lost his own Baron Buff. 37 minutes in, 9 kill advantage for Texas A&M. They're up in turrets, they're up in dragons, they're up in gold. They've even secured 2 Barons, but they haven't been able to close it out yet. University of Texas are still holding on.
They're a little bit afraid of that 5v5 team fight here. Texas A&M don't really have a way to engage it. That's the part of this composition is you're really relying on Braum, you're really relying on a Lulu, Glitterlance, Slow, or Poppy. And when you engage, you lose your disengage potential. And that's what this comp is all about, is keeping your AD carries safe. So if you slowly move your line forward and then eventually University of Texas engages into you, then you get to back up. But University of Texas aren't engaging, and they're just holding the line, which makes it so Texas A&M have to hold their line and they can't really advance at all. So it becomes a problem because every composition that has a huge strength has a weakness.
Oh! 50 Shades of Kappa gets caught. It's 5v4 right now. No Monsoon available for 50 Shades. They're going to look for this inhib. Hwarang Do takes quite a bit of punishment. He's stunned. They also target onto Lalzers. He's jumping away as well. And finally, Texas A&M pull the tripper. Epic Shots goes just a little bit too deep. He's going to trade his life over, but this is Texas A&M. They're going to be taking this game. The only survivor is Vincent. An exceptional play and a great pick on the 50 Shades of Kappa at the end there.
Yeah, pushed up against the wall and stunned. You think he'd be used to that by now, but that's going to be Texas A&M taking game 1 over University of Texas. 38 minutes in, they had an advantage from some team fights that happened during the mid-game, and then they just snowballed that. I think their composition was superior. I think they set themselves up for success, and like you were saying, the analyst of University of Texas wasn't able to help them with this draft, so they definitely showed that. It looked like a composition that was a little bit all over the place. I'm not quite sure what their comms were like, but it seemed as though when one person would die, A&M would fight, and A&M would force a 5v4, whether it was Baron, whether it was a pick, and X-Requiem was usually the one getting picked off, and then he would have to walk all the way back. Then he'd get picked off again, and then his 4 members would come back up. So it was just kind of this through the batting
team
order
fighting
problem. This, though,
it's such a tricky situation. And here's a replay of a fight that happened in the bottom after they were able to secure the bottom tier 1. I believe this was actually after the fight. As you can see, a couple of members of A&M were dead when they all collapsed on that bottom tier 1.
yeah, looks like getting that turret, really important. So I don't think that's the replay that was intended, but still, going immediately for the Baron here. This was the fight where you can see X Requiem is already dead. And the whole goal is to get this fight from Texas A&M. They don't really want the Baron right off the bat. They want to be able to win this fight and then take the Baron off of that victory. That's exactly what they do. They lose Forgive Me, but they take out 2 members, and X Requiem just respawns. So it's essentially a 2-on-4 at this point. And Don't Kill Me, he's just bait. He's just trying to keep Hwoarang Do busy. And then, just the Polymorph. The Polymorphs from Epic Shots have been really good in this game.
Yeah, this is the final Baron that they ended up securing.
Yeah, it looked like the same replay over again because it was the same position. But look at that. Backline for Vincent Wu, but he can't do anything. He gets back there, and Hwoarang Do is still just smacking Braum. Boom. Ultimate from 50 Shades of Kappa, blown up because he's too far forward to try and disengage and split the fight. And then Lalzer's, this Ahri really didn't have a huge impact in this game. He was trying to get in, but he's pretty much negated by the Poppy W, the Poppy R. He's negated by the Wild Growth and the slows. So it is very difficult for him to find an avenue into these fights. And that ultimately is what gave Texas A&M the victory, was they knew how to play their composition, and it was very cohesive.
On top of that, the fact that we're seeing the newcomer Korea Bred do such exceptional work for A&M, synergizing so well with the team by being a standalone threat. When he grouped up with the rest of A&M, there was nothing UT could do, or UT. Texas, the Longhorns.
Yeah, we each got a $1 in the jar.
I know, right? To engage on that, once you saw the double 80 carry comps together, it was either disengage, kite it out, or wait for one of them to split off.
Yeah, and ultimately, of course, the composition's coming into play. Texas A&M, with what I would consider the superior one, has one that makes it much clearer what you want to accomplish. And University of Texas really didn't have too much to deal with that. It was kind of all over the place. But of course, I think the picks and the focus bot lane and Korea Bred, like you were talking about, was a big standout performer here. He kept going bottom lane. He picked on that lane. He went to the lane that had 2 members that had been playing with each other for a very long time. So when he was able to accomplish that, they snowballed the game from there. Despite the top lane being a losing matchup, he went to the bottom lane to try and make that be the pressure point for his team.
Quite unfortunate for University of Texas, but we'll see if the Longhorns can come back with a win. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because we're going to get some more exciting collegiate action in just a few. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the uLoL Campus Series. Thank you for joining us once again. It's Texas A&M University versus University of Texas. And in game number 1, we saw Texas A&M take a pretty convincing win with a very strong team composition and some very convincing 5v4s.
Yeah, I definitely think that the shot calling was really good. They were able to pick members off and then play to their composition strengths. And they really had pretty much a clear-cut way of how they wanted to win the game. Of course, sieging is not that great for that comp, especially since you don't have too much long range. Eventually comes down to team fighting, winning a team fight. So they eventually went to the Baron, kept baiting Baron to get that team fight.
Yeah, we did see them flounder a little bit during the sieges, but they played smart, they kept their heads, never overcommitted, and took their time to ensure they were going to take that win in the end, because that was all that mattered at the end of the game.
Yeah, so currently in the South, Texas A&M are now number 1 at 10 points. They could jump up to 12, and they could keep University of Texas at 9. But University of Texas, if they win this game, both of these teams sit at 10 points, and they could actually both be tied for second or first, depending on how Georgia Tech does this week.
Yeah, and that's not a resolution we want. Between these two rivalries, we want to see somebody come out ahead nice and strong.
Nobody likes ties in America.
Nope, not this time around. University of Texas, as you can see, we're already into picks and bans for our game. Graves, Corky banned away from Texas A&M. Nautilus and Gangplank taken away from University of Texas. And Korea Bread, he was such a commanding force in game number 1 on that Graves.
That's the ban that we've seen that's changed so far, is that Graves at Korea Bread, he only missed out on, I believe, 2 kills by the end of that game, maybe a little bit more since there were some at the end. But definitely a great Graves player, and I think that despite the top lane matchup that they put the Poppy into, it was definitely worth it with Korea Bread on that Graves. You were able to play to that strength. You played to your bottom lane. So I'm curious as to what else he has up his sleeve here, because I think he's a really good player. I think he's a really good jungler.
Yeah, the follow-up bans are going to be Caitlyn along with Rek'Sai banned away from the 2 teams. Triple AD Carry banned away from Texas A&M. And that's been interesting, considering they think their strongest player is their mid laner. But with Triple AD Carry, that could be jungle mid AD Carry, jungle Graves, mid Corky.
Yeah.
AD Carry Caitlyn.
3 marksmen banned away.
Yes, marksmen. That's the one.
There are a lot of them flexible. So we'll see what goes here.
Rise now picked up University of Texas. Still 6.2, doesn't have the spell cap just yet, so he can completely unload.
Yeah, being able to take people down from 100 to 0. I want to see what they pick against that. Of course, Rise is a bit of a flex pick. It can be top, it can be a mid, but I want to see what Texas A&M do, especially since they get last pick. So they get to counter pick here. I assume it's going to be a counter pick for Epic Shots in the mid lane. He has a lot of the comms. Well, actually, they subscribe to the democratic shot calling system, but the most vocal members are typically Don't Kill Me K and Epic Shots, but depends on the day and it depends on who's ahead. I assume in that last game, Korea Bread, he was making a lot of those shots because he's so far ahead, and when you're ahead, you have a really good feel of the game.
It's a clear path. I can fight this guy. Yeah. We should give it a try.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that works out as the same for Texas A&M. So far, it's Fiora and Poppy being hovered, the next 2 champions. This time, though, don't think it's going to be Don't Kill Me K taking Poppy. Oh, he swaps it over at the last second. He's going to be taking Fiora in the top, and Zach snagged away from Vincent Wu.
Yeah, the Zach takeaway from Vincent Wu. So the Rek'Sai is banned, the Nautilus banned as well. So that could be a jungle Nautilus. I know Picarus loved jungle Nautilus back when he played for Texas A&M. But they take away the Zach. Poppy's still up. You can still pick Poppy into this. You can flex your Rise into mid lane. You'll play Poppy into Fiora, which is a great Poppy matchup. And then Poppy will be able to stunt Zach in the mid late game. So I think that a Poppy pick and a flex would actually be very intelligent, but it looks like it's not going to be what they do right now.
Yeah, they're going to swap it around. Lucian taken away from Chuck Normus, locked in for X Requiem. In addition, 50 Shades of Kappa going back to that Janna. He seems very confident on it, and some of his monsoons were on point, but he really seemed to have some difficulty getting off in game 1.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Braum was a big part of that. The Braum stopped that bottom lane from having any type of effect on it, and the Braum-Lucian combination is now broken up by University of Texas taking that Lucian. So now they have a very aggressive lane, one that can trade very heavily, and then it's up to Texas A&M. They might go with a poke bottom lane here, and they may even play that Lulu on Forgive Me, but we'll see what ends up happening with these hovers.
Yeah, we're certainly going to find out. Lulu is locked in. Could go to Epic Shots once again. Played it rather convincingly in game number 1. Don't quite know if he's going to do the same in game number 2 as Ezreal looks to be taken away, and it is snagged. So these again, 2 flex picks. Lulu can go mid, Lulu can go bottom. Ezreal, again, AD carry, can go mid lane. We've seen it before. We've even seen AP Ezreal. It hurts. Don't stand in the true shot barrage.
Yeah, it hurts. It's not always very effective, but
Sure.
He's got 1 or 2 spells that really hurt you.
When you've got true shot barrage coming across every 40 seconds or so, it's exceptionally painful. But odds are we're going to see Chuck Norris take it.
Yeah, odds are Chuck Norris will play that. They swapped 80 carries, or at least the champions that they're playing here. Ezreal now on Texas A&M side, and University of Texas now have the Lucian for X Requiem. Fitchiz the Kappa once again on that Janna, like you said. So disengage. Now they have the Rise, the mid-range mage, who's going to be able to lock people up. And the last 2 picks here will come through in just a moment. But Texas A&M squad, they can split push, they can engage. It's a little all over the place right now.
Yeah, lastly, it's going to be Poppy and Mundo locked in. That means we're going to be seeing Rise in the mid lane and a flex between Poppy and Mundo for the top in the jungle. So we'll find out where that goes. A&M are going to reveal with their last pick 4 Forgive Me in addition, but it seems like we're seeing a little flip-flop here.
Yeah. University of Texas, their composition is a lot of peel. You have a decent amount of damage in this. The Rise mid lane is going to be really good for lockup. You're going to have the Lucian as well for your second damage dealer. Poppy is a great matchup into Fiora. And then the Mundo, if you throw that in jungle, if you throw it top, it's still okay. But if you throw it in the jungle, you now have somebody who peels top lane. Your jungler is now somebody who slows and creates this gigantic line. And if that line gets broken through with the Zac, then you hopefully have Poppy W, and you hopefully have an ultimate from Janna. So a lot of disengage on the side of University of Texas, and a lot of peel back for this team.
Very powerful for University of Texas. Final pick for A&M is going to be Anivia, locked in for epic shots. The ultimate AP carry, Glacial Fissure, Zone Control, or Glacial Storm. It's a tricky situation.
Yeah, especially when the names are so close.
I know.
That's a tricky situation.
Glacial Storm.
Oh, gosh. So Texas A&M actually have a lot of...
Even Anivia?
Yeah, they actually have a lot of... a split push potential here. When you have double TP, which I believe they're taking the TP on the Anivia. If they swap that over, then I'm sorry. But the Fiora top lane, if they're able to get an advantage there and possibly camp that lane early with the Zac, they could make it so that he's going to be running over Poppy over and over again. And then the bottom lane, it got focused last time from University of Texas. So now they have a lane that has disengage again. I want to see what Texas A&M do to try and crack that open and where they focus this game.
It'll certainly be interesting. We want to know what you think. However, who is going to take game number 2? Will Texas A&M be able to close it out 2-0, or is it going to be UT? Let us know by tweeting at uLoL, hashtag TamuWin, hashtag UTWin. We're going to be tallying those up through the broadcast. And this is a very important set. You know, A&M have got the advantage. They've got the momentum in game number 1. They've previously owned the head-to-head matchups in League of Legends in this rivalry, and if they're able to maintain that, that would be fantastic.
Yep, they want to jump up to the lead with those points and make sure that only Georgia can catch them this week. But we'll see how that plays out here. Of course, if you want to check the standings, you can go to ulol.leagueoflegends.com and make sure that you can see if your school is actually on top right now. If they're not, then go cheer them on, go join the club, and help them.
Use the Find a Club tool. Find a club near you, join it, and win it. This is a uLoL Campus Series. There's some good stuff. There's a tournament going on. You can win part of $660,000 in scholarship money.
Yeah, your mom would be happy.
Yeah. Your papa going to be happy? Well, maybe. He's going to be like, why are you playing video games?
Well, he'll be happy.
I'm winning money, papa. Anyways, this radio play is over. Brought to you by the uLoL Campus Series.
uLoL Campus Series. uLoL Campus Series is filmed from a live studio.
All right, everyone is loaded on. We're not seeing any lane swaps just yet. But this time, however, swapped 80 carries. Chuck Norris playing from the bottom, and X Requiem taking Lucian this time around. Though we do have a late recall coming out of Normus, and looks like he might complete it here.
Yep, see what happens and what they have in mind. There was a ping out on the lane. I'm not sure why. But regardless. Oh, are they... What are they doing? They're manipulating that minion wave?
I think they're trying to minion block.
They're minion blocking that wave?
They just might be. Yeah, so the minion block looks like it's coming out of Texas A&M University. University of Texas, on the other hand, they're starting off with the Krug camp. No such luxury, and they're helping Korea Bread over the wall. A&M.
You see that minion wave? You see that one minion on your mini map that's like, yeah, charge into battle headlong. He's that one that's super eager.
Vanguard.
He wasn't held back. The rest of them were held back. So that's going to make that minion wave actually push towards Texas A&M because theirs is going to die faster. The University of Texas will actually miss 1 or 2 CS coming into this lane because they did that camp. But the leash went over from Texas A&M to their jungler, so they don't get that early camp.
However, when it's all said and done, Texas A&M are the ones who've got the minion advantage as they're pushing some pressure. Requiem chunked down to half along with 50 Shades. Interesting turnaround as Hwoarang and Don't Kill Me trying to recreate what happened previous time around, though. Don't Kill Me K feeling a lot happier.
Yeah, but once again, it is a matchup that favors Hwoarang Do's champion here. The Poppy into Fiora typically favors the Poppy. Fiora has to really outplay, and once he uses the ultimate, there's just a lot of ways to disengage and peel him off his view. I do want to talk about the Texas A&M composition, though, because although University of Texas is a lot of peel back, a lot of kind of slow and catch and root, Texas A&M squad is a little bit of the same. They have a 4-man unit where it's going to be a Nivea for wave clear. You're going to have the poke of the Lulu alongside the Ezreal, and then you have some engage potential if you want to stop backs, if you want to make sure that you can jump in and then a wild growth follow-up from the Zac. So Fiora will be split pushing for most of this game if they play it out correctly.
It's like, whoa, Requiem gets chunked low as Don't Kill Me K takes a lot of damage, drops a riposte a bit too soon, and is able to get a little bit of trade-off back to the other side, but Requiem forced to burn through that potion rather quickly and continuing to take harass from Forgive Me on top of it.
Yeah, Lulu was always a big lane bully as a support, but we never saw her too much after the changes to the AP ratios. It became a much more favorable mid laner because you wanted to get that slow decay and you wanted to get all these gigantic shields that people were frustrated to break through. So the value of the support, it's not that it went down immensely, it's that the value of her in a different lane went up incredibly high, mid lane and top lane both.
Bit of a trade-off as Lalzers takes a bit of punishment from epic shots. Chuck Norris trying to bully Forgive Me once again as Don't Kill Me takes some good damage. It's in his name, Hwoarang. What are you doing?
Don't kill me, Kay. Just want farm. But that's not going to be how he plays this game. It was pretty clever there. But mid lane, ooh, got the flash out of Lalzers.
Yeah, Lalzers is forced to flash away from the gank of Korea Bread. Doesn't want to take any chances when that Zac is leaping forward.
Yeah, Korea Bread is a very active jungler from what I've been seeing in that last game. The Graves, of course, the nature of that champion is you want to farm, you want to counter when you see the enemy on the other side of the jungle, just go invade and quick farm theirs. But the way he played it was he just kept ganking. He kept ganking over and over again after that. And I wonder if he's going to do the same on Zac. I assume he is, since it's such a long range engaged champion. See if he goes towards bot again. It looks like what he's heading towards.
Yeah, Give Me and Chuck Norris again trying to get some damage onto Requiem. The poor guy's taking so much Ignite. The heal is baited out, and Chuck Norris takes a bit of Ignite as revenge. There goes her Korea Bread as he jumps in. They're going to try shoving this into the turret, but they've got Vincent to capture the wave.
Yeah, Vincent's going to stay there. Back coming out from Requiem. So the Lucian loses in this matchup. Lucian Janna versus Ezreal Lulu. So the Ezreal Lulu was able to put down enough harassment as well as all in. So Forgive Me doing a great job with the harass. It's pretty much a double poke lane here.
Well, he's been proccing Thunderlords every opportunity that he has, and even playing patiently. Don't Kill Me, K. Oh, he's got to be careful. Oh, forced to flash away. Hwoarang doesn't get the stun against all the Korea Breads, looking for another gank in the mid lane. Not going to find the knock-up.
I still think Hwoarang Do would have been able to kill that. From what I saw when it clicked over to him, he actually had his passive up. So if he had thrown his passive out, I think he would have killed Don't Kill Me, K. And then he would have gotten the shield back, so he probably would have survived from that tower shot too. Not 100% on it, but it's super risky. The flash away though. So Hwoarang Do has that advantage, and once again, he's doing really well in this top lane up against Don't Kill Me, K, one of the new members for Texas A&M.
Yeah, played very solidly in game number 1 on that Tom Kench. Let's see if he can do it again in game number 2 as more and more harass is finding its way onto University of Texas's lineup. The duo of Chuck Normus and Forgive Me, in addition to the solo lane of Epic Shots, are putting out so much pressure. And really, the only weakness we're seeing from Texas A&M is the laning phase of Don't Kill Me K.
Well, he's not even behind, right? He's up in CS. It's just the fact that this is a gigantic wave that's going to be caught, and that the Fiora needs a pretty decent advantage to pick on the Poppy.
Tricky situation for Don't Kill Me K as he clears out the pink. Here comes Vincent Wu, just going to try zoning that Fiora away, but she's able to lunge to safety. No threat of going down there as 50 Shades of Kappa catches this wave on the far side. 7 minutes in, and Texas A&M down just a bit in gold. As Chuck Normus continues to put out pressure with his early tier. X-Requiem doesn't have the heal. First blood, Chuck Normus, no respect.
And the 2-on-2, this bottom lane from Texas A&M, the returning team members from when they got the first place in South, like, you see the synergy here immediately. X-Requiem had flash, 50 Shades of Kappa not 6 just yet, nobody in that bot lane. And they're just coming out big, they're picking on that lane. And I would not be surprised if they just kept pulling Korea Bread in mid and bot.
Uh-oh, yeah, they're trying to get the kill onto Lalzer Z. He's taken a lot of damage. Will they be able to catch up? Epic Shots is looking for it. The damage is enough. They're finally able to get the kill. Vincent Wu trying to take down Korea Bread, but here comes Forgive Me. Not level 6 just yet, and Vincent forced to flash away. Things, once again, are going in A&M's favor.
Yeah, doing a great job of applying pressure in the right areas. Since the bottom lane already had a member dead, Korea Bread goes to the mid lane to try and tilt that in his mid laner's favor. So Epic Shots getting that kill over the Ryze, and it's really hard as a Ryze to actually kill Anivia because Ryze is monogated, so he'll be able to throw out all of his roots, all of his damage, but he'll actually run out of mana before he can kill Anivia and then her egg on top of it. So you'll come down to basically auto-attacking and hoping you can finish the egg off.
Hwoarang looks for the stun. The moment it's used, Don't Kill Me pulls the trigger. Remember, Hwoarang still has flash. The last auto attack is going to catch up any second now. He just needs it. No, not quite able to get it, but Don't Kill Me K, does he have the damage? He is able to get the solo kill in top lane. Revenge for game 1.
Yeah, the snapcast there came through from Hwoarang Do. He ended up using the R, but he missed. The Don't Kill Me K had a Q to the side, and it just flat went nowhere. So Hwoarang Do, that's a situation where the Poppy ends up losing. You don't get a stun against the wall, you don't get the riposte out of them, you don't get to hold down your R because then it's just so telegraphed that you're going to throw it out. It ended up being a really terrible situation there, but Vincent Wu,
a little bit of BM from Don't Kill Me K. Oh, even trying to recall under.
But he's just baiting him because here comes Epic Shots.
Yeah, lots of damage comes across. Remember, he's got no flash. Epic Shots gets a kill.
And the vision control of University of Texas, they can't be making those types of moves and going that far forward if you don't see what's going on the rest of the map. You can see, even in the river, I want to say that University of Texas has 3 wards down total right now. 1 in the top lane, and 2 in that bot side.
True Shot Barrage goes wide, but 50 Shades of Kappa continues to take punishment as Texas A&M's duo lane in the bottom is putting out pressure after pressure. This has got to be one of the most tense situations for University of Texas. Question is, will they come out as coal crumbled under the pressure of this lane, or will they turn into diamonds?
Well, that's the question, but Lalzers has flash again, but
he's going to be going into cold just a second, not even going to burn his flash, as yet another kill is tossed over to Texas A&M.
And this is just such a conundrum, too, because when you think of how University of Texas were talking about Texas A&M, they're saying, well, we really like our team fights. We think that they're solo queue heroes who just get an advantage from the laning phase. Well, Texas A&M are getting an advantage from the laning phase, but they've also been team fighting better than your team. So Texas A&M have University of Texas beat in a couple ways right now. So University of Texas, they have to fall back on their strength of team fighting, but from behind. Whereas Texas A&M say that team fighting is also their strength. So it just comes down to this, now you're better for these team fights. And these are just ganks from Korea Bread.
Oh, Don't Kill Me doesn't quite land his lunge as Chuck Normus is going to take a lot of damage here. Wild Growth tries to stall the Ignite out. Do they quite have enough? True Shot Barrage is available. There goes the TP on the far side as Don't Kill Me K looks to join. Flash, Exhaust, finds Requiem. True Shot Barrage. It's Epic Shots, in fact, who joins up. They're going to be able to get that kill. Forgive Me secures it.
Epic Shots has had some really good walls in this game. I love how he threw that wall down and it just took up the entire back section of the turret, so you can't walk that way. And then the previous one that he threw down in mid where Ryze had to go path behind the turret, so it's just a pretty easy skill shot.
Very solid play from Epic Shots. 0-6 in favor of Texas A&M and a little bit of BM spam too.
And Korea Bread's actually looking for a gank in this top lane. He wants to set this up for himself. Oh, they beat the riposte.
Yeah, riposte has been used. Don't Kill Me K is going to try to look for some action, but here comes some damage. Vincent Wu is looking for it. Pouring Doe is going to take some damage here. Vincent dodges number one. Here comes Lulzers. Flash and lunge. Are they going to dive it? No. Miscoordination.
That was so confusing. I thought that Pouring Doe was going to snapcast the ultimate, get a stun against the wall, or even a stun against the wall after the riposte. And Vincent Wu just took so long to do anything. And then when he came out, Pouring Doe didn't move. So just looked like a miscommunication there. It looks like they're a little flustered on the side of the University of Texas because that was completely out of sync.
Difficult for University of Texas. Teleport is used and canceled as Don't Kill Me K is trying to walk up and hold this tier 1 turret, but the minions are cleared out by the True Shot Barrage. Will they actually be able to defend it? Okay, there it goes.
Yeah, the TP canceled. Don't Kill Me K. Like, oh yeah, oh wait, there's 3 people here. So
I can do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Smart cancel on the TP.
I think I can. I think I can. Oh god.
I can't. But Korea Bread going for an invade here. Not really much that the University of Texas team can do about this because they have 3 members in the top lane. So Korea Bread getting the proper counter jungle again and just clearing it out. His bot lane, because they also have that turret, it's a pretty safe invade.
Not to mention some forward minions. 4 Requiem and 50 Shades of Kappa means they're not able to farm for the time being. So a bit of an advantage opening up for Chuck Normus outside of that 1-0-1. Finally, Requiem's headed back towards the bottom lane, but Chuck Normus has been happily farming away.
Yeah, Chuck Normus, he has a big minion wave too, as well as his turret's still intact. There's 1-to-1 in turrets with that one dragon going over to A&M. And now Chuck Normus just gets to stack up his Mana Mune. Usually people will sit on tier and then go straight for the Iceborne Gauntlet and then go back for Mana Mune, but because he did so well in the laning phase and he's 1-0-1, so he got a kill and assist, as well as being up 20 plus CS, that he goes straight for that, so he'll stack faster, and you're expecting a much earlier time on when that's completed to the Muramana. Still brawling though. I expect this to be a kill on the Don't Kill Me K. He doesn't have flash, but no, still nothing.
Yeah, Vincent flashes, misses the snapcast. A little bit of mastery spam for some BM, but Don't Kill Me K is stunned against the wall.
He got 2 flashes out of him though. So Don't Kill Me K goes down without his flash for 2 flashes in return. I thought that was going to be a snapcast immediately. That the flash snapcast and the lunge away once again. The mastery spam too. So
that is the first kill for University of Texas. It might be their way back into this game. They need to find a way back in because right now Texas A&M are just putting out so much pressure. 3,000 gold with even turrets.
And it's going to be so hard to reach this Anivia too. How do you stop this Anivia if you're this team? Maybe you just kill her.
Yeah, Snare might be the way to do it, but he does so much damage along with Korea Bread. Vincent looking for Epic Shots. Wall tries to stop Pouring from coming for the flank. Forgive Me joins up, and Vincent forced to run away. Glitterlance, Vincent dodges some damage. Stun is going to find him. Will they be able to get the kill? Not quite, as they just walk away, satisfied with their kill on the Lulzers.
And now they get some damage on this mid lane turret. Forgive Me. Clearing out some CS too, picking up some gold on that Lulu. And right now, I was talking about how the Anivia, how do you even deal with him? How do you kill him? How do you reach this guy with this composition? You have a disengaged comp. Anivia loves playing against disengaged compositions because Anivia just wave clears forever. Anivia can play that 40-minute game, a 50-minute game, and be 100% fine with that.
Whoa, Requiem takes a true shot. There's a shield to try to keep him safe in case Chuck Normus has got anything cheeky. Let's see if they're going to be able to catch up. Flash knockup. He flashes forward, not able to get the arcane shift. Finally, he breaks free, but Lulzers provides chase. Ducks into the bush, but Lulzers gets the kill.
Yeah, gets both summoner spells out of Chuck Normus for his own 2 summoner spells on Lulzers. But that's the Rise picking up a kill, and now he's getting closer to that Rod of Ages for stacking while he already has that tier. So trying to perpetuate or move his power spikes up a little bit further.
Again, though, that's 2 summoner spells, this time for 1 in favor of Texas A&M. Epic Shots, Korea Bread, Forgive Me, have Flash, and Don't Kill Me K's has just come up. Korea Bread, we can see him invading 1v2 this blue buff, but here comes Don't Kill Me K. Smite used by Vincent to ensure that it's not denied.
Yeah, Epic Shots roaming around, though, seeing, just clearing the wave. And he has a 30 CS advantage now. And that's going to be the Rift Herald here going over to Texas A&M. So vision control, still from University of Texas. To count the wards on the map right now. I think it's 3. I think they have a blue...
Four
with
if you
the
count
pink.
a blue trinket.
Yeah. They have that blue trinket in the bush. They have the pink one by their blue buff, and then they have 2 in the bot side. So their warding is left a lot to be desired. But
Yeah, flash wall. Oh, Vincent, not quite able to do it. Korea Bread looking for some more action. There's the grand challenge. Orang Do, not quite a worthy opponent.
nope. But Requiem is going to try to chase down Forgive Me. Get some damage here and clear out this minion wave. And yeah, Horango played that pretty much as best as he could. But at the end of the day, he only hit one person with the snap cast of his ultimate. Charging that thing up does take a decent amount of time when you're in the midst of combat, and there's so many interrupt abilities.
Tricky situation for University of Texas. Down now 4,000 gold. 6 kills behind, 18 minutes in, and Texas A&M has been putting out some very, very solid pressure. 3-0-3 for Epic Shots, 2-0-2 for Korea Bread. Chuck Normus rocking a 16 CS lead of his own. We see University of Texas trying to break down this mid-tier 1, but Korea Bread, whoa, overextending just a bit. Flash Wild Growth gets him to safety without popping his Cell Division passive.
There's the TP as well, so here's the flank.
Yeah, they're looking for Lulzers. They're going to find him. He gets destroyed, and now they've targeted Vincent. He does not have Flash. Stun finds him and locks him down. Double kill for Chuck Normus, 3-1-1. It's now 5v3 in the mid lane.
Epic Shots is really good at League of Legends.
Yeah.
That was a TP and Nivea right into a combo. They kill Lulzers, and then immediately afterwards, the perfect wall there. He's looking for another one. Oh!
Ooh, wall crosses the lane. I think he's leveling that up second.
Yeah, he
He's
might
maxing
be.
it. That's some huge width. They find X Requiem. Korea Bread tries to get the kill.
He has
Munson
passive.
keeping him alive for now. It's double revive passive for Texas A&M. The stun is going to find it, but Epic Shots can't quite commit to it, and he's just zoning away. That's 2 turrets and 2 kills for A&M when it's all said and done. They're looking for the dragon right now as Orang Do. Did he teleport from the top? It's quarter of the way down. How did he get up there?
It looks like he was about the same cooldown as Don't Kill Me K. So the TP,
Oh, you're right.
both of them coming in around the same time. Of course, Don't Kill Me K actually has reduced cooldown due to his boots.
Uh-oh. Okay, Chuck Normus is fine. Arcane Shift is going to draw aggro of the dragon. Forgive me, waiting in the wings.
A&M's kind of low, so if they stay around, they might lose this team fight. Epic Shots goes back, Don't Kill Me K goes back. They might have to seed this dragon over to University of Texas. But this turret also might take some damage because Nivea's not there just yet, but he'll be able to clear the way out in a few seconds.
Yeah, Glitterlance gets there in time along with the True Shot Barrage.
Welcome to Anivia.
Some solid wave clear keeps the turret standing. Chuck Normus is on his way. Now this would be dragon number 2 for A&M. Wall just for a bit of vision. The 5 members of University of Texas are going to try burning through it as quickly as possible. This is their first. They're going to be able to secure it.
Oh.
Korea Bread not quite able to get into the enemy team. Doesn't find the steal either. Orang Do gets chunked down. Snapcast finds 3, but he's not able to get any follow-up. They are able to get the kill. Epic Shots is going huge right now, just straight into the enemy lines, and they are able to get yet another kill. Don't Kill Me K is looking for the flash. Auto double kill for Don't Kill Me K. They're looking for the shutdown on the Lulzers. This is just cleanup crew for A&M, 14-2.
And almost a 10,000 gold lead already for Texas A&M. These guys, they were #1 in the South last year. They still look like the #1 team in the South. Right now, they're just dominating this early game. You can't even surrender at this point. It's 20 minutes in, and Texas A&M have a huge lead. They still also kind of win the late game, too. Fiora, Blue Ezreal, Nivea. They're just going for a Baron now to try to make this even larger. Of course, Epic Shots, though. Epic Shots.
He doesn't have his egg anymore, trying to dodge the AoE damage. It's slowly burning through, but Forgive Me keeps him standing. They're looking for the Baron, down to 3,000 health. Here comes Orang Do. He's got Flash. Can he get in there? He's able to get the shutdown onto Epic Shots, but everybody is evacuating the pit, and Korea Bread is left behind. They're trying to collapse from the side. Don't Kill Me K. He's going to trade his life so everyone else on his team can get out. Cell Division is popped. In the end, that's 3 kills handed over to Free for University of Texas, but A&M still have the Baron.
Exactly. They have the Baron on 2 members still, the bottom lane of Texas A&M. So now it all comes down to that sieging with it when they get back up. Some pickups there for University of Texas, so they get shutdowns on multiple members. A little extra gold for them, but it's still just a large delta in that gold. It's 8,000 still in favor of Texas A&M. How do you even break the siege? You have a Rise for your wave clear, not the best wave clear champion at all, against an Anivia who also now has a Baron buffed up teammate.
Yeah, fully stacked Rod of Ages and Morello's 4 epic shots. Ice Fist plus Monamune stacking for Chuck Normus. They're going to try to get onto this turret. Dash forward. They're finding the stun onto Vincent. The wall, not quite enough this time around. Teleport into the top lane. I could have sworn I just saw the teleport animation.
Nope. I'm just chasing him down.
Yeah. Looks like Don't Kill Me K is just going to zone Hwoarang Do away. He's looking for the proc onto that Vital. Chasing Poppy as far as possible. Just zoning him away. Wow, that's a scary Fiora. And the rest of A&M just run down mid lane.
Yeah, Vincent Wu and Requiem are both bottom. This is going to be a turret going down. You can't siege break this at all. Epic Shots and the rest of the team pick that up. They're going to pick up an inhibitor here too. Requiem, he's just trying to pick up farm, and it's going to cost his team an inhibitor. I don't even think they could have defended this anyway, though. Yeah. Just based off of comp and based off of the power that everybody on this team has.
A huge lapse in judgment gives it over for free. Requiem's not quite paying attention.
Too close.
And Don't Kill Me K pulls the trigger, not quite able to find the grand challenge, but they dive in from the back. Requiem's going to be caught. There he goes, trying to get the kill. He finally is able to secure it. Meanwhile, Epic Shots and Chuck Normus running for their lives against 3 scary members. Finally, they're able to shut down one, but Chuck Normus is still alive. They are able to bring down Hwoarang Do. Looking for Vincent Wu now. Exhaust stalls it out, but he's going to be dropped. The sole survivor, 50 Shades of Kappa. Rise is running to his aid, but it's too little too late. A&M have got this game in the palm of their hand.
Yep, and A&M, they still want to be that #1 team and take home the bragging rights of beating University of Texas again, the school rivalry. Trying to take down this turret, though. There's only a few of these left in the game for Texas A&M. And they just cleave right through these.
Yeah, it's 4 versus 2 right now. Another 10 seconds. No, actually, they did just get X-Requiem who spawned. He dashes in for Chuck Normus. Gets a little bit too far forward. Korea Bread has to jump back. True Shot Barrage is dodge. They're trying to get in. The knockup doesn't quite find it. Korea Bread takes a culling. He's finally going to end up dropping to the AoE. They need to get the inhibitor or back away, and it looks like they're going to be content to back away as the Baroned up minions slowly whittle it down. Don't Kill Me K tries to get a kill, but he's going to be dropped in the minions. Oh, they're not quite able to get it. That banner of command minion is doing some serious work.
He was distracted. The driver, get him, take away his license.
He's looking for the inhib. Where's the inhib? I need to get there.
Is this blue man the inhib?
Crowd of minions, go through him. 10 points.
Don't play the point game. Don't play the point game when you're driving. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I mean, when you're the cannon minion driver, it's okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Or even the super minion driver, because then you just cleave through.
That's like driving a semi.
Yeah, just don't stop.
Yep.
Running through.
It just passes by the wolf camp. It's like the wolf camp like, honk your horn.
Honk if you hate inhibs.
Actually, fun fact about inhibitors is that your base actually always has the capability of making super minions, and that's why they're called inhibitors, because they stop it.
Yep.
It's not that killing an inhib gives you like, oh, we finally figured it out, or the resources, but the inhibs are just stopping you from making it.
The enemy inhibitor is preventing yours.
Yep. That's why they're called inhibitors. They inhibit your super minions from being created.
Uh-oh, Hwoarang Do takes a bit of punishment. That's a lot of punishment, in fact. Epic Shots tries to chunk him out. That's so much damage.
Yeah, and the flash away, but here comes the red buff. Requiem, though,
He's been landing so many stuns, however. The rest of his team is on the other side of the map. Anivia just went 1v5.
Yeah, but nobody can reach him, right? It's still that same problem of that last pick Anivia for Epic Shots is really, really smart here, because nobody's going to be able to reach him and actually apply enough effective damage by themselves.
And there's no longer a Baron buff. Don't Kill Me K gets pivoted into the enemy team. Knockup is going to try to keep him alive. Banner minion working on the turret. Don't Kill Me K. He's trying to get out of there. No flash. He finally lunges to safety as Korea Bread is zoned in the front. He's taking quite a bit of damage. 1 versus 5 flashes the wall, and there's nothing UT can do.
But what that was worth was that bottom inhibitor, because Epic Shots was still going, and now they're going to try and re-engage.
Oh, Monsoon once again stalls out the fight. The knockups have been excellent. Korea Bread, he gets his cell division in time. They're going to look for Don't Kill Me K, who shows himself over the wall. Riposte is buying so much time. They're finally going to be able to get these 2 kills as Forgive Me and Chuck Normus are running, but there's an Anivia in the base working on the Nexus turret. Chuck Normus might finally go down. The axe is going to cleave him to bits.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Epic Shots gets himself an inhibitor. He gets himself one of the base turrets. So Texas A&M just a little bit closer towards winning this game and killing that Nexus. Epic Shots, though, is he going to start trying to flank this? I don't think so. I think he's going to just try to get out of here. Very interesting fight back and forth, though. A Korea bred jumps in. I thought that Don't Kill Me K's riposte was actually going to stun because he had absorbed the Poppy E. I really thought it was going to stun, but it didn't. And then he ended up dropping immediately after.
Quite unfortunate for Don't Kill Me K, but it's still a huge advantage. Nearly 10,000 gold 26 minutes in. That middle inhibitor going to be coming up relatively soon, but for now the super minions are continuing to put pressure on that lane. Now Dragon has spawned, it's 1-1, so not a lot of priority on it. And again, this is 6.2, so that is still the increased damage to turrets buff. But we can already see some wards being prepared by UT for that upcoming Baron in addition. They don't want to take any more chances against Texas A&M, who have been in control of this game from pretty much minute 1.
Yeah, after that solo kill down bottom and the first, or duo kill down bottom.
Oh, he smited. Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw Korea Bread just do the auto attack for the one hit secure.
He didn't smack it to get it, no. It was close, but yeah. But now they're just going to barrel down the mid lane, try and get this inhibitor down again. And of course, you can't really reach epic shots at all. It's a huge problem. I honestly think that the Texas A&M squad, they've set themselves up for success again in Champion Select. And split push ability, double TP. Of course, there's double TP for University of Texas, but this squad really doesn't operate as well as you would think. I think that the Banner of Command is also a really good pickup here. And then there's the defensive properties of Lulu on the support. Really good, especially when you can combine it with an Anivia, who needs as much as defense as she possibly can get. But nobody on the side of University of Texas can reach her effectively.
Baron has just spawned, and UT have prepared Vision. Epic Shots might have found Warringo. He splits them off from the rest of his team. He's stunned against the walls. He's going to take a full culling here, but they're able to come to his aid. Warringo with the Snapcast. He's still alive for now. Chuck Norris is doing damage over the wall. Don't Kill Me K tries to get in. He flashes, but Ignite burns him down. He's finally going to drop his Korea thread. Joins into the enemy team in addition, and University of Texas are winning this fight. They're kiting it out properly, and Epic Shots is just zoning away.
Yeah, they got so much damage onto Epic Shots at the start of that, and then it just became a scramble there for Texas A&M. They could have gone clean to the Baron and just allowed their super minions in the bot side of the map to push it out, but it looked like a divided fight there, and Warringo interrupts Epic Shots' ultimate with his E, and then everybody collapses. And I think Don't Kill Me K went straight for the backline of Requiem, and it ended up just being a huge burst onto him, and then he flashes over the wall with Ignite, and Ignite gave vision, so just the follow-up shots from the Lucian were enough to take him out. But they still lose both of their Nexus turrets. So that's an exposed Nexus here for the side of University of Texas.
And double teleport available for Texas A&M with a ward in the middle. Don't think we're going to see any cheeky backdoor plays, though. Fiora, very good at that. Though Vincent, able to get out of the wall this time. Epic Shots tries to put down some punishment, but 50 Shades is going to zone him away.
Yeah, I actually got to say that 50 Shades of Kappa, he's 0-0 and 11 on this Janna, so he's had a much better game than he did previously. They weren't picked on as much bottom, but X-Requiem still received a lot of punishment in that lane. With 50 Shades of Kappa, got 18 stacks on his Magi's. Yes. Janna's ready to go.
He's almost fully online and operational. Once again, Vision being secured. Blue buff being taken by Lulzers inside of the safety of that bush. No steal from Chuck Norris. Now it's 5v5, though. Epic Shots is in the mid lane, and Warringo is in the bottom. Teleports available for both. Baron is spawning. Has spawned, in fact. With an 8,000 gold lead. A&M, they won. They lost their last team fight. Do they dare try the Baron?
Now you bait. Oh, but the Sunfire!
Ooh,
I guess we're starting.
Aggro.
But I guess we're not. But it was a bait anyway. They're trying to get the TP out of Warringo, because Warringo is just clearing super minions on the bot side of the map and keeping their base open.
Once again, they try to pull back out of vision this time. Not
the
going to go for it just
him.
yet. This time they've got the wall. Vincent is caught. He's taken a lot of damage. Stun locks him down. He's taken quite a bit. No flash. He does have his flash. He's finally going to drop to Chuck Norris.
Such a good pickoff there. The Morellonomicon from Epic Shots kicking in eventually, and they just focused him down, and that wall was so good. Another perfect wall there from Epic Shots. Little too far forward from Vincent Wu, but he had to check at that point.
Yeah, they're finally going to start the Baron off and shred through it so very quickly. There's nothing UT can do. No chance that he can seal it with a quick shot from that Lucian pistol. Requiem not able to secure a Baron taken for Texas A&M University, once again bringing the lead back in their favor. And with 2 Bear inhibs, they could be looking to end the game rather soon.
Yep, 2 Bear inhibs and then 2 turrets left for the side of University of Texas. Texas A&M, though, 10,000 gold up, Baron buff, Anivia, Banner of Command, Minion was used already. I think that might have been on the bot side of the map, possibly in the middle there from Forgive Me.
So
just looking for that final push.
What we're seeing out of Texas A&M is sort of what we expected from a more veteran and experienced team. They've got 3 players who have been competing for a long time.
Yeah, they ended up losing to Georgia Tech, but it looks like they're going to be able to beat the guys that beat Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
And make sure that they're on top again, because Texas A&M, they have a history of winning this matchup against University of Texas in League of Legends. Not always in football, but this is how they get their revenge. See if they can beat them on the Rift. 10,000 gold up. Can they win this next fight and then close out the game?
Yeah, looking for the inhibitor right now, slowly whittling it down with those baroned up minions as Chuck Norris provides poke along with epic shots. They're trying to burn it through. They might have caught X Requiem, though. He zones from the side as Don't Kill Me gets into the front, finds Lalzers, chunks him down the half. There's no turrets for him to run to. Don't Kill Me. He's going to end up dropping a snapcast onto Chuck Norris. That's the target they need to go for. Whoring is not going to be able to get him on the far side. Vincent Wu, the Morellos, is doing so much work. Same thing for 50 Shades as he's burning as well. Cell Division is popped by Korea Bread. It's 1 for 2 right now. Chuck Norris is going down. Epic shots, gets the wall. Is he going to be able to get that kill? He does. Shutdown secured. It's 3 versus 2 right now. They're looking to end the game. The Nexus is the primary target for A&M, and they are almost certainly going to take it. Vincent Wu goes down. It's so vital that we see that body on the far side. It's 2-0 for Texas A&M, winning this 100-plus-year-old rivalry this year.
And Texas A&M 2-0. Now they're #1 in the Southern Conference, and they make sure that University of Texas aren't up there with them right now. So Texas A&M, once again, history repeats itself with League of Legends, and they end up winning this one, 2-0.
And it was such a patient game from them. We talked about Korea Bread in game #1, being able to carry on that Graves, but this time, ganking on Zach over and over and over. There you can see him jumping in as he looks for a fight in the mid lane.
Yep, and this was one that actually went back and forth. It was a defense, but here's the double TP on the backside. Boom. Don't Kill Me, K. Nice burst there from Epic Shots, and then the wall. Epic Shots' walls. Seriously, this guy is a force to be reckoned with in the mid lane. He thinks that he can take on any mid laner, and last year he showed it. Bob Chin was really the only one who gave him a really rough time in the mid lane from UBC, who were eventual winners of that tournament. And jump in again, the Baron. Quarando jumps to the backline. The Snapcast is only good if you have follow-up. And Epic Shots right here, he knows he has egg. He's just going to walk forward, and that gives his team the ability to push forward. Their line is now advancing, and they get to take that ground away and put University of Texas on the back foot.
Yeah, with that eventual kill, they were able to take even more of an advantage. Don't Kill Me K once again going 1v so many, but here's the collapse from the rest of Texas A&M.
Korea Bread popped Requiem back to Don't Kill Me K, and even though 50 Shades of Kappa was trying to peel him off, it still wasn't enough. Epic Shots does go down here, but not before he gets a wall off to stop the retreat, which means everybody now has to fight the rest of Texas A&M in this choke point. They end up taking them down. 50 Shades of Kappa, and of course, Lalzers were the only survivors of that fight. And there were so many different team fights in there that both teams thought team fighting was their strength, but the laning phase of Texas A&M set them up to just have an easier time in the team fights. I think that the fact that you got that 2-on-2 kill bot, the fact that Korea Bread was roaming at a really, really good rate and ganking middle and setting up his lanes made it so that the team fights, it was pretty much just business from that point on, where it is we have our advantage. Let's group up and let's press our gold lead.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for next week. As we finished up week 5, we're looking ahead to week number 6. We're heading over to Ohio, where Ohio State is going to take on University of Illinois. Looks to be a pretty thrilling match. And then after that, we're going to see UC Irvine versus UCLA in the week after.
Yeah, I'm excited for the UCI versus UCLA game. Of course, UCI...
You're an alumnus.
I'm an anteater. Alumni.
Yeah.
Anteaters, but UCLA, they're back and forth, right? They're very big clubs in Southern California. UCI has one of the biggest clubs in North America, and I know that UCLA is also a really big club too. So these two teams, of course, they're going to be 2 weeks out, not 1 week out. Next week, that's a rather exciting matchup as well.
Looks to be some pretty thrilling stuff. But if you want to know more about the teams, watch VODs for these games, and possibly even find a collegiate club near you, head over to ulol.leagueoflegends.com. You can find all of that information there. And as we said before, find a club for people near you. We can't stress it enough. It's so easy and it's so fun to find like-minded people who enjoy what you enjoy.
Beating. No.
All right, that's why you don't duo with this guy. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching the uLoL Campus series. We'll be back next week with more collegiate League of Legends action.